Hi, my name is Aaron. This is Gear. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about and doing a follow-up on the XLS Encore DIY bookshelf speaker kit. So a few months back I made a video on this and I could see that there was a lot more interest in that video, and I realized that there were a few things that I wanted to say that in the process of making a video, I just didn't get to say it. And so here are some of my additional thoughts. Also, if you're enjoying this content, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks. All right, so if you're a huge Danny Rich fan, just bear with me for a minute. You're gonna get real mad, so before you're typing away at that keyboard, just hear me out for a minute. Danny Rich is a personality that some people will love and appreciate and enjoy, and some people will sharply disagree. And I unfortunately fall in the latter camp where I was subscribed to his channel. I ended up unsubscribing because I did not agree with a lot of his different views on cables and other things. But having said all that, he seems like a nice guy. I feel like if I hung out with him, we'd have a good time. I bear him no ill will. I just disagree, and that's okay, right? We're adults. We can disagree. It's not the end of the world. But that all said, he makes a good speaker. He designs and builds a good speaker. So even as somebody who is not enthused with maybe some of the marketing and or the way that he talks about some of these speakers, I've listened to them. I have them in my house and listened to them in all these different scenarios, and they're great. They're good. They're good speakers. And I think it's, sometimes it gets this weird comparison of like, oh, there's no comparison to this bookshelf speaker. And yes, obviously there are comparisons, and each set of speakers has strengths and weaknesses, and no speaker is perfect. But I think if you're looking into the XLS Encores as a kit, you're going to be happy. I think you're going to really enjoy them. The only caveat there is that there are lots of different flavors out there. So, maybe down the road you may not enjoy that flavor anymore and you want to try something else. But it is a good speaker. And I think that if you're looking for a DIY kit, I still think it's a great way to go, to be able to have the designer create YouTube videos on kind of step-by-step instructions on how to assemble that speaker is unique. And it's really cool, actually. A lot of great support for it. So, one of the big things about DIY is when you build a speaker, you want to feel some confidence about the outcome of that speaker, right? And knowing that the designer is telling you kind of how to do it each step of the way, I mean, that's a pretty great thing. Now, in the video, I did compare it to the ELAC UB5s. And I did make some comments saying that, the imaging might be a little bit better on the UB5s. And the mid-range detail might be a little bit cleaner on the UB5s. And I still stick to those things. I think really the idea is that the UB5s image easier. I'll amend my comment and say they may not be better. They're both very focused, but the UB5s just image super easily, and I think that's just a virtue of the concentric driver array. But those are just two criteria out of a bunch of different criteria. And I think, generally speaking, that the XLS Encores beat the UB5s in basically every other category. So if you wanted to say which one was the winner and which one was the loser, I definitely think the XLS Encore came out on top. And I don't know that that came out clearly in my review. And so I just want to make sure that that was clear, that I wasn't saying that the UB5 was the same or that it was better. I think the XLS Encores did a lot of really great things, and I think one of the biggest things, and I think I did mention this in my video, was the idea that you can really crank the the XLS Encores and not worry about if they're going to sound good. They hold their clarity and detail as things get louder, and they play with a lot of authority, and it sounds great. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. Well, thanks so much for watching the video. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any additional questions, or if you had any thoughts in the comments down below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for your time.